what's going on? Sorry guys, I'm seeing some issues with the live stream today. Not sure what's going on. There we go. Yay. All right, everybody's in. Okay. Good, good, good. I'm trying to get the chat to work. It's not showing up. It's not updating properly. Why is that? That's a weird thing. Let's see here. One sec, guys. It's just not updating. Everybody's in. Yeah, I don't know why the chat's not showing up properly. You know, I spent so much time trying to get this to work. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know why, guys. That's so weird. Yeah, the chat's not. The chat is from a different one. Huh. This is kind of silly. I couldn't tell you why. What we're going to do is we're going to remove this chat. Yeah, this is exactly what you guys wanted to watch, right? Gotta fix this chat. Channel. So frustrating. Why is that? There's 2 chat windows open, I think. Okay. He might have used a new key. Yo. Okay, I think we're good. This is kind of frustrating. We're going to delete this, and then we're going to make gaming. All right, here we go. We're going to make gaming. We're going to make games. I just have to get this. I'm sure you guys want to see the chat, right? All right. Well, let's do it. What do we got? I think this is right. I think this is the right one. Hi there. Okay, there's 2 different chats going on. Why? Okay, good. That's the new one. All right, guys. Sorry. Jeez. Okay, that's the right one. Let me get the proper. Okay, here we go. Yeah, okay. I got to get the proper coloring and stuff for the chat. Once this is done, we'll jump into the game and get started. Okay? Sorry, guys. Yay. Okay, there we go. And I'll shrink it down. And then we're just going to remove the old chat from Blender, the old chat from Photoshop as well. Okay. And we're just going to copy this. And we're going to paste it inside of Blender and Photoshop. Okay, is everybody good? All right, let's jump into Unity and get started. All right, so what we're going to be working on today is actually getting music, like interior music, to play inside of the house here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a 3D object. It's going to be a cube. And in this case, you know, you could do a sphere collider, or you could even do like a gizmo that's a sphere. And if you hit that, you know, trigger zone, it's going to start playing a different song. But I think for me, come on, sorry, 3D is a little bit different than 2D, you know. We're going to put it inside the house here. Zero it out, and then we're going to do 40 by 40 by 40. Actually, we're going to do 1 by 1 by 1, and then we're just going to change the box collider itself. And what this is going to do is once we trigger this box, it's going to switch out the song that's playing currently on our audio loop. Okay, let's go to shaded wireframe. There we go. That's better. Actually, let's just do wireframe for now. Okay, good. There we go. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to just scale this box to, let's see here. That looks good. And that looks good. If we did a sphere, it would be leaking out of the edges of the house, right? And we definitely don't want this. So we're going to be, all right, there we go. Let me check on the chat, make sure everybody's doing well. We will be able to watch this after. Yeah, Leonardo, no, I don't save live streams right now. All right. Yeah, I'm going for a little bit of a new vibe for this one, but it'll probably be pretty dark. Usually I start out pretty happy with my games, and then I end up getting pretty dark. Okay, so there is our box collider, and we're going to call this audio trigger. And it's going to be a prefab. I can tell you right off the bat, we're going to use this all the time. So let's save this as a prefab. Let me collapse all these folders here. There's a lot of folders. I hope everybody's doing well today. It's a nice rainy day here in South Carolina, USA. All right. So we've got an audio trigger prefab here. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a new script. Okay. And that script is going to be called, let's see here. Good, okay, I don't have anything called audio trigger, so we're gonna create something called audio trigger. Check 1, 2, and 2, check 1, 2, and 2. Just checking the audio levels, guys. So we're gonna open up an audio trigger here, and the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna set up the trigger itself. So this is gonna be, let's see here. We're just gonna copy some stuff from our animation trigger. C# class, and we're just gonna paste it. If anyone's like me, you guys don't memorize any scripts. You just copy and paste them, right? I have a terrible memory. So we don't need this, and we don't need this. And what are we gonna do here? We're gonna do, I think we already actually have something. We have a persistent object that has the player C# script. And inside this player is going to be in every scene all the time. This is the character. And he has these public audio loops. He has the game music, enemy music, and ambience. So we can actually just access these all right off the bat. So all we do is if other.game, or no, we'll do it. Other.tag equals player, right? If we enter the trigger zone, and we're also, sorry, let's move this up a little bit. Okay, there we go. If other.tag equals player, then what we're going to do is we're going to go player.instance dot, it's going to be music. Nope. Let's see here. Music, game music dot, there's, I believe inside of the game music class, there's some kind of function we can fire. I haven't looked at this class in a while. Let's see here. It's the audio loop class. Okay, currently there's nothing. Let's see here. And that's okay. Void, and we're gonna go change clip, right? So for now, what I wanna do is literally just stop the audio source, change out the clip, and then restart it. That's what I'm gonna do for now. And then I'm actually going to have it fade out and fade back in. All right. So audio source.clip is going to equal the audio clip here, or let's just call this clip. That's kind of how I like to do it. I know it's not the best way to code, but I don't care. Audio source.clip equals this clip, and let's also stop it. Okay, just for now. So we're gonna stop the music that's currently playing. We're gonna set it to a new clip, and then we're gonna go play. That's all we're gonna do here. And that's going to be called change clip. And just for clarity, I'm gonna make it public. All right, and then let's go to our audio trigger zone. And what we're gonna do is game music dot change clip, there it is. And we're going to change the clip to, sorry. We're going to change the clip to this clip, right? The clip that's going to be specified inside of this class, right? And so let's go ahead and create a new, it's not going to be public, it's going to be a serialized, but it's going to be serialized. Public means that it's available to all classes. In this case, it's private, but it's serialized, meaning we can actually edit this clip or specify what the clip is in the inspector. So this is going to be called private audio clip. Can't type today. Audio clip, right? And it's just going to change it if we enter into the trigger zone. And let me think here. On exit. Oh, okay. I figured it out. We've got a problem. We also want a clip called previous clip, right? And let's store what the previous clip is. Previous clip equals player. Let's just copy this here. And it's going to be clip. Let's make this public. Okay? So before we even change the audio clip, we're going to want to set the previous clip, right? There we go. So previous clip equals gamemusic.clip. And then it's going to swap out the clip. So therefore, let's see here. This is dangerous, eh? If, let's be extra careful. If clip does not equal previous clip, then you can set it. We don't want some kind of weird issue where previous clip gets set to the clip and they're identical. And then you're just stuck in this limbo of the same song playing no matter where you are. So if clip does not equal previous clip, then set previous clip to the, to what the game music clip is. Then set the game music clip. Oh man, still. I think we're okay. We'll try it out. I think we're okay. Everybody doing okay in the chat? Let's take a look at the chat. Make sure everybody's happy. All right. Hey Thomas, how do you plan out your games and do pre-production? I get a big spreadsheet or a big Google document, and I make changes, or I do brainstorming there. I think everyone's good. Sorry guys, the reason I'm kind of weird today is the chat is totally different. Like in my browser, it's totally different than in OBS. So anyway, okay, let's go back. I think we're good. So let's go back to our Visual Studio here, and player.instance got game music, blah, 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 change clip to clip. Now on Ontriggerexit, we're going to do the same thing. It's going to be a little bit different though, so I'm not going to create a function to handle both of these. I'm okay with just, well, let's just, I don't want to do anything right now. Let's just make sure that it's doing the proper thing on entering the trigger. That's the first step. So let's go to our audio trigger. Let that compile. Compiling. Darn. Why are you not automatically switching? Sorry guys, one sec here. That's automatically switching. That one is not. Okay, sorry guys, I have to do something in OBS. Automatic scene switcher. Unity, that one's not working. Let's see here, one sec. Add. And then also I need to add a Photoshop as well. Sorry guys. Yeah, this is an interesting day. There's a lot of just getting everything set up for OBS has been a little bit weird. Okay, let's try something out here. If I jump to Unity, okay, good. There we go. All right, so now I'm inside of Unity, and if we take a look at our audio trigger here, it's currently a box collider, right? Let's see here. So we're gonna add on the audio trigger here, and now we can choose what clip we want to use. I actually have a song inside of an old project that I did that I want to use for this case here. So we're going to open that up really quickly and paste it into our Unity folder. So let's find the song really quickly here. Okay, there we go. I think it's this one here. Let me hit play. Let's pause Spotify. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that. No, we're going to use a different one. That is a pretty song though, but we're not going to use that one. Let's see here. I think this one's good. I actually used this one in Never Song, but it's fine for now. Yeah, we're going to use this one. That's great. We're going to use that for now just to get a good feeling of how it's supposed to feel. So we're going to save that inside of our folder. The tentative name for this game is Atom, A-T-M-O, or A-T-O-M. But we'll see what we're going to name it. I'm not sure yet. The sounds folder is actually inside of the resources folder, so we're going to save it in the resources folder, and we're just going to call, and believe it or not, the older I get, the more I want all my, sound effects to be nice and cleanly organized. So I'm going to create a folder called music. It's going to be theme_indoors, right? And save it out. So once we open up Unity here, there we go. Let's add the clip, theme indoors. Here it is right here. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to add that there. Previous clip should not be serialized, actually. So let's remove the serialized previous clip. All we want to care about is the clip here that we're going to change based on, which audio triggers or what the audio trigger is referencing. Is it the inside of a house? Is it a cave? Is it a new level? There's a ton of different ways to do this. All right, let's hit play on our Unity here. So audio trigger, theme indoors. Now, just to make sure this works, we're going to go to startup here, and we're going to go to music. And see, this is the actual music game object I'm referencing. This sort of handles all of the music in the game. No matter where you are, music is being played through this audio source or game object. So the clip is going to be this beautiful song called Hanging Lanterns. It's from a musician called Kaleido, and I'm considering working with him. We'll see. But that's the song we're going to use for now. And so let's hit play and make sure everything is good. So it takes a bit to load the first time. So right now, some of the questions in the chat are asking what kind of game is this? It's an adventure game. All right. So the music's playing, right? So in theory, actually, I know right off the bat it's not going to work. Audio trigger should be set to is trigger. So let's do that. Boom. Works. Kind of want to have a fade length, though. Does that make sense, everybody, why that worked? Okay. So the interesting thing we need to do here is always don't forget, set this to is trigger when you're doing a trigger zone. Some people like to do trigger zones with gizmos. Basically create a gizmo that shows up and it checks whether you're within a radius. So it's not actually triggering a collider, it's just triggering within a location. I prefer colliders though, because I can control the shape of the collider. If I want to do a sphere, I can do a sphere. If I wanted to do a square, I can do a square. Okay, so let's open back up the audio trigger. And let's make sure that we can now set this to be a function, right? If you're going to be reusing code, if you find yourself copying and pasting a line of code, you probably need to create a function that's reusable, right? This is going to be private void. This is going to be set sound, right? Or set clip. What's a better word? Man, it's probably best to call it change clip. But it's going to be, this is going to be a change clip. Well, what are we going to do? Two functions with the same name is not a good idea. I'm going to call it trigger clip or something like that. Trigger clip change. It's like if Yoda was creating a function name. You just swap the words. Okay, so trigger clip change. So by the way, we're going to need to set the other here. So I just like to do it like this. This other. Guys, I know I'm not the perfect coder, but I don't care. If this other.tag equals player, and then go ahead and fire the function. So for this trigger enter, we're going to do trigger clip change other. So that's going to fire this function, which in the end fires this function. We're also going to be passing through a audio clip, right? Audio clip, and this is going to be called this clip. Okay? And now we can go this clip. So this clip is going to be, in this case, it's going to say when you hit the trigger zone, pass through the clip. Then you go, if the clip does not equal previous clip, then set previous clip to the clip, and then also set to this clip. So that should do it. So let's double check that that new function is working properly. I'm the kind of guy who, if I'm going to be making changes to code, I'm going to do it really baby steps. So I make one change, I check it out, make sure it works. Otherwise, you can get kind of lost at where you are in your code. That's the way I work. Oh, by the way, for those of you who are curious, yesterday we made these bushes shake, and the grass, I ended up making the grass shake as well, using a very similar process. There we go. Can you guys hear? Yeah, it's a little quiet, but generally it's working. All right, let's make it so that when you exit the trigger zone, it takes you back to the previous clip, okay? So let's see here. This is kind of how, I think I want to do it this way. I got to think. Here we go. And then we're just going to trigger the previous clip on trigger exit, okay? So let's give it a shot. So this should basically trigger the previous clip that was playing. And you know what? I kind of do want to serialize the previous clip because I want to be able to see what it is inside of the Unity inspector. So in theory, when I hit play, it should be playing that one song. And then when I go into the building, it should change it to the other song. And then when I jump out of the building, it should change it to the previous song. So let's hit play. Okay, so it's playing that current song. You probably can't hear it, but it's playing like a light kalimbo right now. There it is. Okay, yeah. And then I jump in. Okay. Now let's double check. Audio trigger. Previous clip is set to the song that was playing. So now let's exit the trigger. Yep, song's playing now. That's great. Part of me almost doesn't want to have a fade length. I don't think I'm going to do a fade length. I think that's great. So let me show you, what we could do to really make this work is let's make sure the audio trigger, or what we could do to utilize this audio trigger is we could go to apply this audio trigger. Just let's double check that we're not going to apply it to something else. Okay, cool. So audio trigger, we're going to apply this to all. And so this is going to be called audio trigger house. And we're going to create another one called audio trigger. Man, there's a lot of things we're going to be actually want to do with audio triggers. We're also going to want to be able to change the volume slowly as you go up high to a different location. So we're gonna need it to fade. We're gonna need it to fade. So let's actually do this. Let's bring this audio trigger over to these mountains over here. Let's go back to shaded mode. Okay, so these mountains over here. Let's double click on this tree. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm trying to get my scene movement to be better. So let's go ahead and turn on some music while we work here. How's everybody doing in the chat? Is everybody doing okay? Good. Thanks everybody for joining, by the way. If you guys are curious, I'll give you a quick update. I'm making a 3D game. It's called Atom, A-T-O-M. It might also be called Poison Tail. I'm not quite sure yet what it's going to be. For those of you who are curious why I'm streaming again, I'm finally at a point where I understand 3D enough where I won't embarrass myself. So I'm happy to start live streaming again. I really needed some time though to figure out 3D before moving forward with it. Let's see here. Where's the other handle? There it is. Okay. So here's this audio trigger, right? This is a big giant box. Once I touch this box, I'm going to want it to change the song, okay? So here's what we can do. There's several things that we can do. The first thing we want to be able to do with an audio trigger is change the song, right? Instantaneously. The second thing we want to do with audio triggers is we want to be able to fade to a new song. The third thing we want to be able to do, let's see here. The third thing we want to be able to do is fade out the volume completely, right? So let's go ahead and create that functionality, or let's go ahead and create the fade functionality between two different songs, and then also let's see here, and then also be able to just make it fade all the way down. Which, to be honest, what we could do there is we could actually, you could just set the audio clip to nothing, and it would just fade it out. So like, for example, if I'm going really, really high, the best game that does this is Banjo-Kazooie on the beach level. As you go up this mountain, it slowly just fades out into nothingness, no music. It's really quiet and calm at the top of like a lighthouse or something. Okay, so we have this audio trigger. We're gonna call this audio trigger, just, I don't know, mountain, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do is jump back in the audio trigger, and we're gonna create a new variable called fade length. Just like that. And we're just going to be able to want to pass through this fade length in the clip change. So we're going to create a new float called fade length, and we're going to want it to be a default of 0. And then we're also going to want to pass it through here as well, right? Fade length. And as you can see, we have a error here, and that's because we need to go to audio loop here, and we need to go to change clip, and we need to make this float fade length. Right? And again, it's going to be defaulting to 0. Let's see here. Let's see. Let me think here. Okay. So we have a couple tests here, or mental tests here that I need to go through. We all process code differently. So sometimes I can be a little slower than a lot of people, and that's okay. I'm not the best coder, but we'll be okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set the go-to volume to 0, okay? So now what's going to happen is if the audio source volume is smaller than go-to volume, it's going to go up. But if it's greater than the go-to volume, it's going to drop down. See that? So when we fire the change clip function, go-to volume is going to be set to 0. And the audio source is actually not going to stop. What we're going to do, I see. Change clip, go to volume equals 0. Here we go. There we go. Okay. This is going to get really messy and icky really fast. Okay. And then what we do is we go, okay, what do we got over here? Let me think here. Audio clip equals this clip, which this clip it needs to be called go to clip equals this clip. Okay? So there is going to be a private variable. Actually, we're going to call it next clip, okay? We've got this. We've got this. I could feel my brain like slipping away. Like trying to figure this out. It's really not that complicated. Next clip equals this clip. If our volume gets smaller than the go-to volume, which is 0, we're going to set the clip to next clip, but we want to make sure it's not doing it all the time, right? So you're going to go if audio source clip does not equal the next clip, set it. See that? So it's only going to happen once. And finally, what we'll want to do. Oh, I absolutely know this is going to break. Let's see here. Hang on. I got this. We don't want any of that. All we want to do is just simply change the clip. Fade length, that's an interesting one. I think actually we can do this. Fade length equals this fade length. Can everybody see? Yeah, we're good. Okay. Fade length equals this fade length. So now we're changing like the default fade length with this function here. So we set the audio clip to next clip. We also say audio source dot stop. So the stopping and the clipping, the setting the clip, that all happens when the volume is 0, right? And then finally, we just do play. I'm sure there's a cleaner way to do this, but that seems fine to me. All right, guys. Give me a sec. We're going to make this -1, okay? That way we can make this do this. Change clip to clip, and the fade length is going to be the fade length. So when it awakes, it's going to immediately fire the change clip function, which is going to set the go-to volume to -1. And what that does is it's going to say, hey, I need the volume to decrease so that this will actually fire. I know that might be a little bit confusing. If I was watching, I'd be like, I don't know what you're trying to say, Thomas. But I think that'll do it. So we'll see. I think if we hit play and we don't hear a song playing, we know we just broke it. All right, so here is our game music, which is Hanging Lanterns. That's the name of the song, which you guys can look it up on Spotify. It's a really pretty song. So let's hit play. Volume can't be -1. That's why. That's okay. We got it. We'll be all right. Go to volume 0. So here's what we do. If audio source, let me think here. We're going to make go to volume 0.01. Okay? Tiny little number. And if we go below it, it's going to fire all of this and then start fading up. Okay? Okay, else. Let's just put an else in here so that it actually fires this once this is completed. All right, let's hit play again. All right, here we go, guys. There he goes. Okay, no, we got a problem. You can see it on the side over here. Something's happening. Hanging Lanterns. So it does match, but it's not increasing in volume. Let's see here. Why is that? go to volume. That's why. Wait. That's why. We need to set the go to volume, right, to a new go to volume. It's typically going to be 1, but we're going to call it next go to volume. Okay? Because sometimes we're going to want the go to volume to be 0.5. So we're going to create a new float, private float, and it's going to be called next go to volume. I guess I could, that's pretty redundant, isn't it? I guess I could just call it volume and then go to volume. But whatever, I don't care. So go to volume equals next go to volume, right? Well, Thomas, what does that mean? Where's next go to volume being specified? Well, it's being specified right here. This next go to, this is why I'm going to eventually hire a developer, okay? But I need to get the demo done, so we're just going to do it this way. And this is going to be a default of 1, right? Let's see here. I don't need that. This right here is going to be this, or I see, Thomas, I see. Yes, okay, there we go. And that's going to be, I gotcha. Next, go to volume. Man, this is really invigorating stuff, isn't it? Let's hit save here. And now we're setting our go-to volume to 0.01F. So it's the volume is going to decrease. It's going to change the audio clip, and then it's going to set the go-to volume to next go-to volume, which is being set here, which is also able to be set in this parameter here. So if we have an audio trigger here, we can actually have a private float called go to volume. Actually, we're just going to have it called volume, right? So inside of our audio trigger, we're going to have a variable called volume. And now we can go to playerinstance.gamemusic.changeClip, and we're going to change it to this volume, right? Oh, nope, no. Oh. Sorry, my head. Yes. We've got this. I can't talk. Hold on. Volume. This volume is going to be volume. On trigger exit, it's going to be a variable called previous volume. Okay, we got this. Previous volume. Okay. There we go. I got it. Sorry, the reason I'm being panicky is because my brain doesn't hold on to information very long. So, sorry. There we go. I've got it. Go to volume. There we go. Okay. Oh, this is gonna break. I know it. All right, guys. Let's hope this works. Okay, we got a problem. What's the problem? I see. Float volume. This volume equals 1. No, we don't really need that. By default, volume needs to be 1. Okay? There we go. Okay. What's going on? Fade length. What's going on here? I see. Okay, so the fade length here. Good. And then finally, on trigger exit, we're going to be using previous volume. Man, I'm sure there's a better way to do this, guys, but that doesn't, it seems to make sense in my head. So we've got a problem here. What is it? Is it that we need to set it? I guess we do. What is going on there? We've got a syntax error, my friends. We're expecting a... Oh, I see. Thomas, come on, don't be an idiot. All right, let's jump back into Unity here. So in theory, we should now have a fade length available to us. So let's go to our audio trigger for our house here. And this will be the test, right? We want the fade length to be 1 second. The previous volume doesn't matter. The volume is going to be set to 1. So let's hit save. Now, the first real test is, does the song even begin to play, right? The very first song. If it does, then we should be good. Uh-oh. We've got a problem, my friends. It started playing both songs. And I don't even know how that's possible. I really don't. I know why. Do I? I don't think I actually do know why. So we've got this music audio loop that's starting at Hanging Lanterns R2. And, I think I know what's going on. I think I know what's going on, guys. It's this right here that's playing. So for some reason, it's starting to play. I see. Okay. I think I got this. I see. Oh, Thomas. I think I got it. Let's try it again. My brain's starting to start to fry and spark. Fading in and out between audio clips has always been like a real pain. Okay, I think we got it. Okay, so let's literally stick our mouse on the music game object and just watch the volume. Okay, so it's sort of jittering back and forth between 0.39 and 0.4. I really don't want it doing that. We'll clean that up in a second. For now, let's see if the fade actually occurs. Thomas did it. Can y'all give me a round of applause, please? Okay, so that worked. I need applause emojis right now. Okay, let's see here. Okay, that didn't work. Script error on trigger exit. The message must have 0 or 1 parameters. Okay, something happened there. I'm not sure what that was. You can't add the extra parameter to Ontriggerexit. Oh, that's what I did. Thank you. Can we give a round of applause to whoever said that? I don't know whatever that user was. That was, who was that? That was someone. Sorry. Let's go back to our, why did I put that there, eh? Previous volume. Why did I even put that there? That's weird. Yeah, oh well. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're good. Yeah, my mistake. Let's hit play again, see if it works. Okay, so that song is playing properly. All right. Yeah, pure. Okay, there we go. Let's take a look at our music and just watch it. Okay, it's being set to 1. So technically, let's just look at all of our variables before we even test this. Previous volume is 0.4. The previous clip is Hanging Lanterns. Fade length is 1. Volume is 1. Yep, it works. It works. It works. Happy, happy. Let's jump back in. Pya! What do you think, guys? I like it. So let's just keep running, running, running. Wait for the song to play. So what I want, the next test I want to do is just run in between the house, in and out, in and out, in and out. I'm impressed with myself because I did not think that was going to work. Okay. Bow down and kiss my feet. That was amazing. All right, so we got that working. I think what we could do... Oh, no. I can't save. I said bow down and kiss my feet, and now everything's breaking. I think we're good. Okay, so the cool thing that we could do is we could zoom in. Sorry. We could zoom in or do audio. Let's copy the audio trigger house here. Actually, let's not copy it. Let's drag it, right? Audio trigger, drag it right there. Now it's snapping to the surface. I like it. And what we can do now is edit this box collider to be this massive sort of box collider. So this is going to be valuable in the sense that if we get to a certain height, the music will fade out completely. So what I'd like to do is actually set the clip to none, right? For this audio trigger. And we can set the fade length to like, what, 10 seconds? And set the volume to 0, right? And I also want the previous volume, I don't want that to be serialized. So let's remove that, right? There we go. So now, in theory, if I run over to this, that hurt, ouch. If I run over to this audio trigger over here, it should technically just fade out the volume completely. So it's way over here. But it's good to test it, test the music, and have fun at the same time. Cool. So the audio trigger is right here. I don't know if it's actually, is it high enough? Yeah, it's a little low or a little high. So let's just scale it up just to be sure, right? Okay, here we go. So it should fade out in a period of 10 seconds. Perfection. I love it. Very, very good. We got some floating rocks here. And if I exit it, it should start back to where we were. Please, God. Nope, didn't do it. Why is that? It worked with the house. I think I might know why. Previous clip did not get set properly. Oh, okay. Okay. It's because it's null. Huh. I think it's because it's null. Let's test it by... Here's what we'll do. I think it's because it's null. We're going to create... let's just create a different sound effect. Let's go to play. Let's do a new theme song. Let's just do a Gavin Greenaway song, which this is just a test. He's an amazing pianist. So we'll test it. Let's drag our player over closer so that we don't have to run that big distance. So the first test is, okay, well, if we have a fade length of 10 seconds, will it go to the previous clip? Oh, sorry, my mouse is really glitchy. There we go. Let's hit play and see what happens. Okay, good. It's fading out. Huh. Glitch. We've got ourselves a glitch. What is going on? Why is that effing happening? Is it because volume is set to 0? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure this out. What if we set the volume to 1? Drop down. Okay. Okay. I think I've got it. So let's not have the... Oh, shoot. I'm trying to think. If the clip equals null, some of you wonder why I don't look at the chat while I'm solving these problems. I found that it's better for my brain and better for my productivity to just try and figure this stuff out on my own. Sorry, I know that's rude. If clip does not equal previous clip, it's going to set previous clip, right? Or, you know, if clip equals null, I don't know. Okay, I think that might work. Or if the clip equals null, then set the previous clip and the previous volume. Changing the clip. This clip is going to be null. It's going to pass through a null clip. There it is. Or next clip equals, or next clip isn't anything, right? I think that'll do it. What do you guys think? I don't know. I don't know. Let's give it a shot, right? So the first test is if the clip equals null. So let's just double check and make sure that we can set it to null and it still is bringing in the previous clip so that we can exit the trigger zone and it'll start playing the original song. So let's just keep our eye on audio trigger here. Does previous clip get set? It does. Okay, good. So it set the previous clip, fade it out. I could just barely hear the song playing still. Oh no, it worked. Okay, it worked. So in theory, we should be able to jump back out of this audio trigger zone and it's going to set the song back to the original. Ah, crap. Okay, it set it back, but it's not going back up in volume. That's because the go-to volume is not being set for some reason. Go-to volume is not being set. So it's currently set to 0.01. I got it. If audio source.clip does not equal. No, I don't need that. Well, hold on. Let me think here, guys. Sorry. I got it. I've got it. There we go. That's why. So let's go ahead and exit play mode. I just fell through the ground. And double check. So what we're doing, guys, for those of you who are confused, what we're trying to figure out is, can I set the trigger zone, the audio trigger, to be nothing so that you can fade out to a blank, to no music. And then once I exit that zone, if I come back into this area, will it start playing music again? All right, here we go. And we'll clean up that jittery volume in just a second. Okay. And okay, I'm going to ask a question while I'm waiting, guys. Does anybody have any ideas about how to fix the jittery volume? I'll take your advice on that one. Some clever way to fix that. Let's see if we can go back. Come on. Darn. Darn. Let me hit play one more time. I'm going to watch it and figure out what's going on. Okay, currently audio clip is set to nothing. There's nothing there. So, in theory, if audio source.volume is smaller than go-to volume, sorry guys. I think it has to do with the 0. Come here, buddy. No, sir. Quiet. Good boy. Okay, what's going on? Go-to volume is set to 1. Why is go to volume set to 1? That's weird. All right, let's see here. Audio trigger. Oh, that's why. Okay. So go to volume is set to 1, but for some reason it's not going up to 1. That's why. Okay. So for some reason it's not going up to 1. Why would it not go up to 1? Why would it not go up to 1? Let's go back to play here. Okay. So if we go to our music, we'll see that go to volume is set to 0.01 now. What? Why is that? Okay. Go to volume got set to 1. So if I exit, what happens? I think I figured it out. It's because its previous volume was, let's see here. Shoot. Let's serialize this and double check. For some reason, its previous volume is set to 0.01, and I'm unsure why. Here we go. You guys are so bored, I know it. But sometimes this is the way it goes, so I don't really care. Okay. Go to volume is set to 0.4, which is perfect. And now if we jump up here, it's set to 0.01, which means it drops down. Once it hits that, it's going to go back up to 1. That is so weird. That is so weird. Okay. So now it's 1. So that the big question is now what's the previous volume? Previous volume is for some reason being set to 0.01. So when I enter the trigger zone, it's setting previous volume to volume. That's not right. No. It's setting previous volume to player instance.gameObject.goToVolume. My head hurts. How many of you are shaking your screens right now? We're going to put a debug in here. Set previous volume to previous volume. All right, let's figure out what's going on. We're going to get this, I promise. I'm kind of stubborn at this point. I don't want to I don't want to look at the chat and see that everybody has an answer because I want to figure it out for myself. Oh man, it's kind of like spoilers. Just let me figure it out. Set previous volume to 0.01. So it happened. And then it happened again. Previous volume set to 0.4. And then all of a sudden it gets set to 0.01. Couldn't tell you why. I couldn't tell you why. And also let's list out what the game object is, just to be extra sure. And my name is GameObject.name. Okay? Let's hit play. So this is why games take forever. Your brain gets all foggy and then you can't figure out why something's not working. So if I enter the trigger zone, my previous volume is... Am I not in the trigger zone? Oh, it's up there. Okay. I figured it out. It's because I exited. I'm exiting the bottom of that trigger. Ow, my head. I'll look at the chat. Go and check at 0.01. It can never be higher than 0.02. No, it's setting the previous volume on exit. That's why. Okay, watch this. Debug.log, enter. And then debug.log, exit, right? So the problem is the previous volume Sorry, I'm kissing the microphone. The previous volume is getting set to 0.01. Okay. I kind of want to add a mesh renderer to that box collider so we could be sure. Okay, I entered and exited. Okay. So previous volume was set to 1. Is now set to 1. What the F? Ow! Okay, guys. I think this is the end of the stream. I need a cup of coffee or something. Oh my my goodness. Let's test the house. Let's test the house. We'll see if the house is doing everything right, then there's something wrong with when you have no audio clip, it gets confused. That's the theory, at least. Or it could be that the fade length is 10 seconds, you know? Like, that could be it. So let's hit play. And let's run up to the house and do some tests. That works. So the next question is, if I make audio trigger house 10 seconds long, will it get screwed up? Yes. Yes. Okay. It has to do with being 10 seconds long. That's the problem. Previous volume, for some reason, is getting set to 0.01, which makes sense because audio loop is being set right there. Go-to volume is 0.01F. So the problem is we need an original volume. That's what we need. Okay. That's it. We got it. Yay. Thomas wins. If we go to, let's see here, go-to volume, original go-to volume. Jeez, that's annoying, isn't it? Good grief. Orig go-to. It's annoying because this is, I know there's redundancy in here somewhere. And if you guys want to solve it, let me know. But the problem is we need an original go-to volume. Because the go-to volume is being set by another class, and so we're not really in a situation where we can reference it anymore because it's changing, right? So we're going to go to orig go-to volume, and that's public, right? And it's going to equal go-to volume, just like that. So now, if we go back to our audio trigger, we go to this. Previous volume equals original go-to volume, right? Original go-to volume is never going to ever get set to something different. So, there you go. Right? Right? Yes. Let's head back and hit play. I'm not getting as much done as I thought I would. Okay, guys. Check 1 2 1 2. Chickadee 1 2 1 2. All right. Sorry. So if we go to our music here, let's double check. Audio trigger for the house is previous volume is 0. If I jump in here, previous volume is set to 0.01. That is not good. That is not good. What? That is so stupid. Let's figure out what's going on here, guys. Huh. That is so dumb. Why did that happen? That's crazy. What? original go-to volume is being set by this. That can't be right. Oh, Thomas, you dumb boy. Sometimes you're just not smart. But I know what love is. That's what matters. We're gonna hit play here and hopefully everything will be good. Here we go. It's gonna work. Our ridge go-to volume is 0.4. Good. Okay, we have a problem with the fade length, actually. Let's go to 10 seconds of fade length. This is the test. This is the true test. If we have 10 seconds of fade length, are we going to be okay? I don't know. Let's double check. Good. Previous volume's correct. Music starts to play. The fade length was correct. Let's go back. I think we're okay. Okay. Yeah. Boom. I think we're okay, guys. Now let's just go running back and forth. See what happens. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ow. Good. Okay. So, excuse me, that works. I want the fade length to be 1. Now we're going to double check back to the original location over here, which, you know, for now I actually want to make the audio clip a song of some kind, because I think it might have also had to do with being able to drop in and out from the bottom there. So let's just double check. We got our fade length of 10, volume of 1. We're good. There we go. We're good. Let's test it out. Whoops. I got to bring my booty over here. I don't want to have to run all the way across the map. Let's bring our booty over here. And that's a little too far. And about right here is good. Now let's hit play. There I go! Yay! Let's hang on one sec. I know there's a different way to do that. Sorry. You can align the camera to view, or align the game object to the view. Okay. So the music is starting to play. We're good here. Let's just wait for it to start to play. Let's go to our audio trigger and just watch the component. So the previous volume should be set to 0.4. Let's jump in. There it is. Why is that happening? Okay, that's right. Okay. Jump out. It's fading out. Good. Okay, the other song's playing. That's good. Let's jump back in. I wonder why it takes so long. It's weird. I couldn't tell you. Part of me thinks it's the ability to fall through the bottom, you know, because you could fall through down there. So let's set the Y pretty high. I hate to be, you know, fixing it this way, but let's just test it. Yeah, I think it was the ability to fall through. That's probably what was going on. Makes me nervous, having a glitch like that. Okay. Well, you know, it's fine for now. I couldn't really tell you what's going on, but I know that if we're using an audio trigger, you shouldn't let the player be able to fall through the bottom. This seems manageable for now. Yeah. Okay, the next thing is we need to be able to check that the clip can be nothing. So if it's set to null, will it still work? Let's hit play here. Okay, music's playing. If I jump in here, it should just fade down completely. Okay. If I jump out, it should start playing again. Good. Okay. I mean, anybody have any ideas about that glitch? Go. What does it have? Why would it cause a problem if I'm falling through the bottom? Anybody? Anybody? You set volume during enter and exit trigger. Set it only on enter. No. Maybe. I don't think that's correct, but we'll double check. No, that's not. I don't believe that's the answer. Anybody else? Bethesda will ignore the bug and call it a push product. It just works. I agree. You're leaving the volume area. What are those white things in the air called? Bugs. They're bugs. You set volume during enter and exit. Set it only on enter. No, that's not the answer. Because your hitbox is in both areas. There's no collision on the bottom? No. You were not falling, it was staying in the trigger boundaries. No, that's not it. Oh well, it's okay, guys. It works. They're not bugs, they're features. That's absolutely right. Okay, guys, this was fun. Thanks for hanging out with me. tomorrow we'll probably be doing more modeling and stuff like that. If I do stream tomorrow, we're not really. Today was a little bit just pure code stuff, but there we go. Talk to you later, guys. Thanks for hanging out.